You may have heard, and you guys with cars, you've been bailed up in the street when you're driving some exotic car and like there's some bloke going, oh yeah, my uncle had one, it was just like that, but I don't think it was like 4-door, I think it was like a 2-door, and like, nah, it was nothing like that. This one's called Just Like That.
Out back and tinker with my daddy's old Cadillac that was left to me in his will the day he died. I opened up the barn and pulled her out, went for a spin with the cobwebs out, parked out front and cleaned her up inside. I hit her with the hose and blew off the dust, shined up the chrome and cleaned out the trunk, did a white horse ties and a brand new set of backs. My neighbor came across the road about then and told me how he remembered when his uncle drove a car and man, it was just like that. Well, just like that. Yeah, just like that. He remembered that old car was just like that. Except it didn't have fins, it was more kind of round, and the headlights sat a little closer to the ground, and it had 4 doors, but man, it was just like that. I took my girl for a date one night when the moon and stars were shining bright. It was a mighty fine night for a driving picture show. I parked out front of us right on time, can't wait to see that baby of mine. Dressed so fine, she's the cutest girl I know. Well, I knocked on the door, said hi to her pop. I said she'd be home before 10 o'clock. He saw my car and said, what is that trap? Well, he came out and looked, and to my surprise, he walked away, a tear from his eye, and said, man, my very first car was just like that. Well, just like that. Yeah, just like that. He remembered his first car was just like that. But not a convertible, a station wagon, and mine didn't have those fancy airbags, and it wasn't this big, but man, it was just like that. Yeah! We got out parked up the back, it was nice and dark, it looked like a spot where we could be alone. Well, we climbed in the back with our supply of Coke and popcorn and French fries, huddled up close and sat to watch the show. Now by information I knew it was love, so I plucked up the courage to make my move. I leaned in close, put my hand on her back. But then she stopped me in my tracks, and by mistake she called me Max. It turns out his old car was just like that. Well, just like that. Yeah, just like that. It turns out Max's car was just like that. Except his back seat had a lot more room. His front seat it could fold down too, for more headroom. Man, it was just like that. Right, boy! Spoiled the mood, I just couldn't get back in the groove. I fired up the car and started to head home. I was feeling mad and driving fast. I had my foot hard on the gas. Saw blue lights and I knew that I was gone. Well, that cop pulled up right close behind, shook his head and looked inside, checked under the hood and took a few steps back. He asked me where I got the car and was that racer racing hard. He just bought a Cadillac that was just like that. Well, just like that. Yeah, just like that. Turns out that copper had a car like that. Well, he tore up the fine and let me go. I told him about our hot rod shows. It pays to drive a car. It was just like that. Well, just like that. Yeah, just like that. It's cool to drive a car, it was just like that. Well, I wouldn't sell it for the world, I'd choose it over any girl. It's great to have a car, it was just like that. Thank you, Wintersun. See you next year. Scotty Baker and the fabulous straight eight, Dave Cantrell, beside me here, Ray Baker.
and Tilio Snappy on the double bass.
Scotty Baker, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, how about Scotty?